Hi, folks. Quinn from the Give 'em Hell Boys here. And yeah, it's been not quite a month since we released More Noise in an Already Noisy World. Right here, this beautiful, beautiful piece of vinyl right here. Um, yeah, I'm going to talk about the record and I'm going to talk about every song on here as well. Um, yeah, so here you go. It's in all its 12-inch glory. The artwork is by Katie Wicks. Katie Wicks is a local artist who happened to pivot to doing pet portraits mostly during the pandemic. And right around the time that I was sitting down to start to work on this album and get real serious about, recording tracks and that sort of thing, I had been following her, and I noticed that every once in a while she would sneak in some artwork that wouldn't be pet portraits, but would be something maybe a little more pop culture related or some cool fantasy artwork. And I've always had this idea in my head about the riffing on. There's these paintings I think that mostly come from Mexico that are like portray cockfights, and yeah, they're brutal and chaotic, but they're also strangely beautiful. They're very psychedelic looking, like. I think a lot of the artists try to capture the freneticism of what's happening and all the chaos. And sometimes you'll see like roosters will be painted with like extra eyes and beaks and wings and feathers that they shouldn't have, and it'll all be in these like beautiful colors, lots of reds and blues and things like that. So we've always played around with the rooster image. It's part of our logo, which I got tattooed here. There we go. And then also, it's just a fun thing that's been consistent throughout almost the entirety of the Give 'em Hell Boys is that if we make a piece of anything, merchandise or otherwise, we tend to put a rooster on it. Sometimes it's just the logo, but there's usually, we like to put cocks on things. All right, we're children, but it also it speaks to the idea of like country music and its rural roots and that sort of thing, and but then I always really, 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 really liked the, album artwork from bands like Molly Hatchet or, even just like the really vivid album covers of a lot of like heavy metal bands and things like that.